Hi everyone, Robert and Michelle here with More to Life Outdoors. Today we are hiking to Hell Roaring Lake with our friends Kimberly and Tracy with Wonders Chasing Horizons. And of course our fur baby Zoe.
Hi Zoe. Watch out for rocks, is right. Hell Roaring Creek. You roaring. What my wife does for pictures. So far this trail is not too bad. It's not super steep gain, at least not so far. One thing is boulders. Rocks and boulders. Typical of this area. But all in all, the trail is pretty good. And then the views aren't too bad either. Well, here, Hell Roaring Creek is a little on the quiet side. And then Wonders Chasing Horizons, they're not always quiet.
No, we're not always quiet.
Not always.
So what do you think so far?
I love it.
We're about, what?
Don't tell us.
Okay, I won't tell you.
Yeah. Oh, you can tell us.
A little over a mile in.
Roaring water.
Go get Mom. Beautiful day for a hike. Still plugging along on the Hell Roaring Lake Trail. We're about, I don't know, a mile and a half or so into the trail. But relatively easy hike. Not much gain in elevation so far. Biggest thing would be probably the rocks and boulders. No scrambling though, just kind of walking over or around. But here soon, we're getting some views of the peaks up here. I just wanted to show you some of these boulders. Some of these are rather large. This is the trail we're making our way up. Pretty soon we'll be busting through the trees to get some good views of the peaks to the west of us. And here comes Miss Michelle. What do you think so far, dear?
It's a nice little stroll through the forest. That's what I think, and it smells absolutely amazing.
Didn't have to whisper.
We're in the forest.
Ah, silly wife. To see, but peeking through the trees, you can see the snow-covered peak up there. We get up further, we'll actually have some really good views of the snow-covered peaks up there. For now, still making our way. Roaring Lake Trail, heading up to the lake. Zoe, no. No. Good girl. So we got a blowdown or deadfall, whichever you want to call it. Yay. Lower. Go to your right. Go to your right. You're catching on the limb. There you go. Yay! Decisions. Over or under? Nice job. Tracy's gonna follow my example.
Yeah. I get down like down, never get back up.
Exactly. Yay, we all made it.
Wasn't graceful, but I made it.
So we are officially entering Sawtooth Wilderness. You'll notice the leash. Dogs must be on a leash starting July 1 through Labor Day. Uh-oh, honey.
I saw.
Guess I won't be carrying any rocks out this trip. I was just talking to everybody about the permits. I was surprised to see there was no permit box down at the bottom. But now that we're up here, you can see no drones. Some information, some leave no trace, map of the area. All right, we got our permit all filled out. Gonna tear off the white copy, put in the box, and then the other portion, connect it to the back of my backpack. Well, we made it to the junction with the upper trailhead. The upper trailhead, I don't know, it's about 3/4 of a mile down that way. If you're gonna try and go to the upper trailhead, please heed the advisory on that. The road to get up to that upper trailhead, it says 4-wheel drive with high ground clearance. And understand 4-wheel drive does not mean, and I don't mean to upset people, does not mean your little all-wheel drive SUV. Unfortunately, those have a tendency to get stuck on the road on the way up here, and that just creates a headache for everyone. The hike from the lower trailhead to here, to be honest with you, is not bad. What would you say, hon?
What do you mean?
It's pretty easy.
It's
I mean, it's
pretty
about 3
easy.
miles to here.
There's a little bit of elevation,
But
but
yeah.
it's a slight elevation, and pretty much flat
Yeah,
most of the way.
it's just just some miles, but a lot easier than destroying your vehicle. Another glorious hike.
What do you think, Zoe?
Nice little hike. Not too strenuous. Just plodding along. Just be aware that this trail can be busy. The lake itself can be busy. We were here a couple years ago. Came up here. There was quite a few people up at the lake and quite a few people on the trail. So just be prepared for that. Right now, because we're still considered early season, hasn't been too bad. Been a few people. We'll see what it's like when we get to the lake. Nice little meadow right here.
Really marshy still too.
And here comes the Wanderers Chasing Horizons. Welcome to Hell Roaring Lake. Hell Roaring Creek right here. We gotta cross this little log bridge. Come. Look at the far end of the logs, because otherwise you'll want to focus on the water and that'll make you dizzy. So focus on the far end of the log. Nice job.
Yeah, I didn't fall this time.
I hope not. It's a long ways to carry you out. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful little lake. The mountains and the snow. Fortunately, the one right here, you can still see remnants of it, but that's what used to be called the Finger of Fate. And part of it collapsed after the March earthquake that we had in 2020. March 2020, we had that earthquake. Zoe, come on. Good girl. Good girl. Now what were you asking, hon? Well, it's because you're looking down rather than out in front. What were you hauling? Easy peasy.
Yep. Get this back.
It's all downhill from here except for the uphill parts. Leaving the lake. Back up to the junction. And we are going the other way. We're back at the wilderness trailhead. Gonna continue down the trail, heading back to the truck. So we are leaving the Sawtooth Wilderness. Still making our way back down to the truck. What you think, hon?
And no, I did not carry any rocks out. The sign says no.
Thank goodness. We made it!
We made it.
Everybody survived. Barely.
Barely.
Woohoo! 11.37 miles in and out. Great little hike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an awesome hike.
It's really, as far as your elevation gains and stuff, it's not that bad. It is a ways. Like I said, 11.37 miles was our total round trip. But thanks for coming along. Make sure you follow Kimberly and Tracy with
Wanderers Chasing Horizon.
Yay! And then of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. More to Life Outdoors.
Woo!